One of the giants we lost a little over a year ago was Lou Herman. Lou was a pioneer in many ways, and he was a mentor to many of the people here, and many of his students spawned other students who are also here. We owe a lot to him. He felt he owed a lot to the society. His family wants to give back to the society and have established a research scholarship in his name, and would like to tell you a little bit about it. His wife, Hannah, and daughter, Elia, are here, but first, Adam Pack will introduce them. Thank you very much.
Pioneer, trailblazer, visionary, mentor. These are but a few of the many accolades that could describe Lou Herman, who sadly left us on August 3rd, 2016. Lou was a charter member of the Society for Marine Mammalogy and a professor for over 40 years at the University of Hawaii. Over the course of Lou's distinguished career, he produced the classic book, Cetacean Behavior, and he authored or co-authored more than 160 scientific publications on marine mammals. His many discoveries were featured in print and film around the world. In 1969, inspired by the large dolphin brain and realizing that there was a dearth of scientific information on dolphin intelligence, Lou developed the world-renowned Kewalo Basin Marine Mammal Laboratory in Hawaii. There, working together with 9 remarkable and unforgettable dolphins and scores of students and colleagues, Lou conducted groundbreaking studies of dolphin sensory perception and cognition. Lou's whole approach to working with a dolphin was to tutor and educate it the way you would a child to reveal the full flower of its intellect, which so often was unanticipated and quite remarkable. Arguably, Lou's most famous discovery was the dolphin's ability to understand sentences within artificial languages. Here, in this clip from the 1982 NOVA documentary, Signs of the Apes, Songs of the Whales, Lou talks about some of his work.
We have to recognize that there are differences between humans and dolphins, not only in terms of the obvious structures and the kinds of worlds we live in, but in terms of our thinking processes, perhaps, and in terms of what is important in our perceptions. And our job here is to understand through our own perceptions as humans what it's like to be a dolphin.
The dolphins are Phoenix and Akea Kamai, whose name means lover of wisdom. Each dolphin has been taught a vocabulary of about 30 words, object names, actions, and modifiers, which can be rearranged to produce up to 1,000 sentences.
Dolphins are very bright, in keeping with most people's popular opinion about them. Their intelligence, in some sort of a general sense, is very high. Our goal here, however, is to try to map out that intelligence, to try to understand the specializations, the particular strengths, and the weaknesses as well.
Lou's work also extended into the wild. In 1976, Lou pioneered the scientific study of humpback whales in Hawaiian waters. He created what would become one of the longest continuous scientific investigations of humpback whales in the world, and an archival catalog of fluke photographs that allowed him and his students to trace the life histories of individual humpbacks for over 30 years. Lou conducted the first aerial surveys of humpbacks in Hawaii, describing their distribution and social organization, and he coined the term escort, which is, of course, now universally used to describe the male accompanying a mother-calf pair. There were, of course, many other discoveries and papers along the way, including a seminal paper synthesizing all that we know about humpback whale song, which incredibly Lou produced in the last months of his life. Here, taken from the National Geographic film Humpbacks Inside the Pod, which Lou worked on with his daughter Elia and myself, is Lou, in his own words, talking about his early whale studies.
In 1975, I became aware of some rumors that there were humpback whales in these waters.
He took to the skies and found whales, lots of whales.
And we flew every 2 weeks in our small single-engine Cessnas and photographed and counted the whales and studied their distribution.
That first survey launched one of the longest-running studies of humpbacks on the planet.
Lou is also a dedicated and caring educator who provided unparalleled opportunities for students of all ages. His laboratory was where many students gained their inaugural marine mammal research experiences. Lou challenged his students to think imaginatively when it came to designing studies and problem solving. Over 40 students earned their graduate degrees with Lou, and still more came through the lab as interns, staff, and postdoctoral students. And today, many of these individuals, some of whom are seated here today, have gone on to develop wonderful careers with marine mammals in science, in education, in veterinary medicine. It's truly difficult to imagine what our understanding of dolphin intelligence and whale behavior would be like without the wealth of knowledge revealed from Lou's work. His numerous discoveries will live on not only through writings and films, but also through those whom he inspired to carry on his quest to understand the complexities of cetacean cognition and behavior. As Phil Clapham recently wrote, Lou leaves behind a legacy that most of us can only dream of. Lou was one of the early pioneers of research on living whales and dolphins, and those of us who followed in his footsteps owe him a great debt. I count myself among those fortunate individuals. I started at the lab at the age of 20. Despite no previous experience with dolphins or whales, Lou gave me the opportunity to learn my craft, guiding me along the way, challenging me to live up to my potential, cheering me on when I did, and being there to catch me when I fell short. And mine is just one of countless personal journeys that Lou Herman helped make happen. Lou, you named one of your dolphins Akeakamai, which in Hawaiian means lover of wisdom. But the truth is, you were the true lover of wisdom, and you passed that gift on to all of us whose lives you so deeply touched. And now I'd like to invite Lou's wife, Hannah, and his daughter, Elia, and grandson, Makala, up to the stage.
Thank you, Adam, for that wonderful tribute to Lou. As you can imagine, this is quite difficult for me. But I wanted you to know that the qualities that characterized Lou as a researcher, curiosity, creativity, innovation, love of learning, joy in discovery, imaginative problem solving, and remarkable resilience are also all personal qualities that made him an exceptional father and husband. I think Lou is well known for his scientific rigor, but for us, he had this wonderful wit, playfulness, his way with words, his passion for swimming and the ocean, and his unwavering zest for life always made our lives with him full of adventure, fun, and love. In addition to his professional legacy, Lou's personal legacy continues, for he is now a grandfather. And though we miss him dearly every day, we find some comfort when we see his familiar, mischievous sparkle in his grandson, Makala's eyes. Elia, our daughter, was probably the thing Lou was most proud of in his entire life.
I feel so incredibly fortunate to have had Lou Herman as my father because of the opportunity to grow up in this marvelous world of marine mammal science, and even more because He was the most incredible, fun-loving, and dedicated dad. To honor his professional and his personal legacy, today we are establishing the Lewis M. Herman Research Scholarship to promote the type of research and creativity that were the hallmark of his groundbreaking studies. The scholarship will be given every 2 years in the amount of $5,000, and more details on the award are available on the Society's website. And that first deadline for applications is January 25th, 2018. We want to express our gratitude to the Society that's just been tremendous in helping us set this up, and of course, to all of my father's friends and family and colleagues for their generous donations that have made this award possible. In 2012, my father reflected on his remarkable and unexpected journey in an article entitled Historical Perspectives, published in Aquatic Mammals. He writes, "When I look back over all those laboratory and field years, as well as the years that came before my unintended career, it seems as if my path was somewhat like that of a wanderer, going nowhere in particular along an open highway, but stopping curiously at every location when a sign read, 'Viewpoint ahead.' Often the views were spectacular. We hope that by establishing this award, we can help him and many others continue the adventure. Thank you so much, and as my father would say, aloha."